Vladimir Putin's story begins in the grim post-war landscape of Leningrad. He was born in 1952. His family lived in a communal apartment. Life was tough. Young Putin was drawn to stories of heroism. He developed an interest in martial arts. He was fascinated by the KGB, the Soviet Union's intelligence agency. Putin was a scrapper, known for his street smarts. He excelled in his studies. He even joined the Young Pioneers, the communist youth organization. Putin's early life instilled in him a sense of ambition. It also instilled a deep respect for power. These traits would shape his future. In 1975, Putin achieved his childhood dream. He joined the KGB. He served as a foreign intelligence officer for 16 years. His posting in Dresden, East Germany proved formative. Putin witnessed the decline of Soviet influence. He saw the fall of the Berlin Wall firsthand. These experiences left an indelible mark. Putin's KGB service instilled in him discipline and secrecy. He honed his skills in information gathering and analysis. He developed a cold, calculating demeanor. These traits would serve him well in his future political career. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 had a profound impact on Putin. He resigned from the KGB. He returned to his hometown, now St. Petersburg. He entered politics, serving as an advisor to the city's mayor, Anatoly Sobchak. Putin quickly rose through the ranks. He caught the eye of President Boris Yeltsin. In 1998, Yeltsin appointed Putin as head of the FSB. This was the successor agency to the KGB. A year later, Putin was prime minister. When Yeltsin resigned, Putin became acting president. This was a pivotal moment in Russian history. Putin won the 2000 presidential election. He quickly consolidated his power. He reined in the oligarchs, wealthy businessmen who held significant political sway. He brought the rebellious region of Chechnya to heel. Putin projected an image of strength and stability. This resonated with the Russian people, weary from years of chaos. Putin's early presidency saw economic growth. This was fueled by rising oil prices. He also implemented social reforms. However, he showed a growing authoritarian streak. He cracked down on independent media. He silenced political opponents. Section 5. The Iron Hand and the Velvet Glove, Putin's domestic agenda. Throughout his rule, Putin has maintained a tight grip on power. He has amended the constitution, allowing him to stay in office until 2036. He has created a system of managed democracy. Opposition is suppressed, and elections are tightly controlled. Putin's economic policies have been a mixed bag. He stabilized the economy after the tumultuous 1990s. However, corruption is rampant, and the economy is heavily dependent on oil and gas exports. Putin's domestic policies have created a climate of fear and self-censorship. Section 6. Projecting power. Putin's foreign policy on the world stage. Putin's foreign policy has been assertive and often confrontational. He views the collapse of the Soviet Union as a geopolitical tragedy. He has sought to restore Russia's status as a great power. He has rebuilt the Russian military. He has intervened in conflicts in Georgia, Syria, and Ukraine. Putin's actions have brought him into direct conflict with the West. The annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the invasion of Ukraine in 2022 led to international condemnation. They also led to crippling sanctions on Russia. Section 7. The Shadow of the Bear, Putin's obsession with history and Ukraine. Putin's worldview is shaped by his view of history. He sees Russia as a besieged fortress. He believes the West is determined to weaken Russia. This is reflected in his actions in Ukraine. Putin views Ukraine as an artificial creation. He believes it rightfully belongs to Russia. The invasion of Ukraine in 2022 marked a turning point. It shattered Europe's security architecture. It led to the largest war on the continent since World War II. Putin's actions have isolated Russia internationally. Section 8. A World Divided, Putin's impact on global geopolitics. Putin's actions have had a profound impact on global geopolitics. The war in Ukraine has exacerbated tensions between Russia and the West. It has also led to a new Cold War. Putin has forged alliances with countries like China and Iran. Putin's rule has ushered in an era of uncertainty and instability. His actions have had a devastating human cost. Millions have been displaced by the war in Ukraine. The world is a more dangerous place due to Putin's actions. Section 9. The Putin Legacy, a complex and unfinished chapter. Vladimir Putin's legacy is complex and contested. He will be remembered as a ruthless and calculating leader. He restored stability to Russia after the chaos of the 1990s. However, he did so at the expense of democracy and human rights. Putin's legacy will be debated for decades to come. He is a product of his time. He is also a shaper of it. He is a figure who embodies the contradictions of Russia itself. Only time will tell what the ultimate consequences of his rule will be.